All right. So, just going to address a couple master links on this still. As you see, that's all to it. The electrical's all hooked back up. Tank's back on it. Just gotta finish tightening up this other end. Although it looks like he's the bolt long intentionally to snag that spring. Now, I don't like this brake pedal. I feel like the first person who tries to depress this while turning is going ejecto dirt bike, but we'll find out. Kicker's on, and he does have spark. I don't want to knock this fucking thing over. Doesn't feel... I don't think he has the spark plug in tight. No. Nope. Wiggle it by hand. It is not in there tight. We'll have to do a compression test on this anyway. I'm afraid I'm gonna knock this thing over. Some brake pads gotta go in the front. The throttle, carb top, clean that filter. And then there is a whopping amount of no gas to test it. So, I'll have to figure something out. I will try to get some footage of him doing that work. I believe he's just stripping the other bike of the throttle. Well, this bike's original throttle is actually on another bike he's got. So, pretty sure he's just grabbing that right now. In the meantime, let's talk about this KX. See if he'll let us film him. None of my projects are going to be going anytime soon because we're still renovating. This project came with some super special work already done to them. But we still got to do a little more. He's got new seals coming. You see where this broke out here. If I can get this to focus. So I am going to try and repair this for him. But I'm not sure I'm capable of this work. I don't know who did this welding. It's not JB on the outside. But we'd had to do JB on the inside because whoever did that welding didn't touch the split up from in here. Now, when he got this bike, it had a brand new hot rods crank, piston rings. It had brand new bearings and seals. But we're going to replace them because when I was oiling this, I noticed this particular seal seems to leak out the bottom there. Cylinder head needs a little bit of a cleanup. Yeah. Give it a little honey home later. Figure out how he's gonna adjust that. Now, the original case for this was destroyed. That was all split out. But he's gotten himself this one. Hopefully we can find some pins for it. That rad holds liquid, no leaks, which was kind of surprising. You could see all the dams, all the dings. But it did hold fluid. Tube in this tire. He's got, I believe, a brand new caliper for this. I think I may try to convince him to get some boots. Everything in there is all clean. There was no dings on the underside of this frame. And this RM frame, as rough as it is, same way. This RM frame may get a PE 175 motor later this summer to be like its older brothers, here in the hall. This 1984, 83, PE 175 with the most professionally taped seat ever. Being hurried down the hall. Thank you for that. This bike, PE 175 motor in it. There's actually no tube in the rear tire, although this one has a brand new front. Brand new bearings, front and back. Brand new boot seals, or fork seals, the whole bit going on in there. It's all new. Some Yamaha valve caps. Let's get out of the way here. Found himself that throttle. So we'll go check that out here in a minute. This is a 1978 PE 175 motor in this 1977 RM 125. We went with the 78 PE rear swing arm and shocks. That is not an alloy swing arm, that is the steel. TS 125 inner hub, and 125 spokes. TS 250 Acron outer barrel. That is a used tire, but it is unfortunately what we're going with. It is the only thing other than a tube I'm buying for this year, and the welding for the tank this year, of which I'll show you in a minute. Front plastic, side plastics, hoping to get a seat cover, and I need to figure out a muffler. But before we go off to Rick here, I'll show you this tank. We made most of these stickers. The only ones I didn't make are like that one, the Vintico. A couple others. I didn't make any of them. I made that, but I did not make the Duro. To the laundry room. So, needs to be welded. We have a couple dents left to push back out. So we are going to do a Moto Fox paint job on this. The plastics I'm looking to get, hopefully this summer sometime, are either white Vintico or Preston Petty's, or some clear. Probably not going to replace that front fender or the rear fender this year. That'll be next year. This PE is never going to be an Enduro PE again with the lights. It's just always going to be like this, although I am going to try and get it some side fenders. Now this bike, like that bike, both got motor builds. I call them motor builds. They're not fully rebuilt. They're not just freshened up. This bike has a brand new crank, piston, gaskets, and seals. I had a set of brand new rings, but I didn't buy them. I reused its transmission. I reused its transmission bearings. They were good, just the crank was gone. And that actually got a new top end. This, I have 4 of these motors and probably 6 or 7 of these PEs, just in various parts. Don't think I have any more full ones. I actually sold the last one in order to get the parts I needed for this. So this motor, not a new crank, but it is a brand new piston and rings. I had to buy the top end. It was used. I honed it, I bored it. It is 0.25 over. That one was 0.25 over, but when I ordered it, the top end, it got a STD. And I guess my Rottweiler is going to customize the chain slider for me. Thank you, sir. It's a good thing it's not been used yet. Brand new one on that. Okay, so this got brand new transmission bearings. Transmission is out of a 77 or a 78 RM 125. brand new crank bearings, seals, but again, not a new crank in this one. I had to order that, all new top end, case seals, gaskets, the whole bit. It's the best exhaust I had for all the 78s, although it's gonna have to get modified for this. It's a little too long. This motor will actually also bolt into that RM100, which will probably get one of these motors. If you've seen this channel, that split RM125 tank will be going on that bike. It still 2 years later holds fluid, had gas in it. The splits did not split out. So we'll keep our fingers crossed that good luck continues. In the meantime, this also has a brand new air filter in it, but I'm not going to take it apart. Let's go and see what Rick is up to. Being helped by Mr. Bubba and the kitty, of course. Look at this. He's got the twister all already on. He's working on his spring. Now, I do not believe this bike will make it down to our little mini track that we have. We have a little track for our own personal machines. I call it a track. It's more like a foot trail that we literally built my parents' back 10-acre field. No jumps. I like to take that enduro bike in there in my vintage bike so I don't crash into anyone else. Don't think this bike is going to make it there, but we should be able to post a little bit of a test drive because I believe it's going to be up for sale right away. So we will be continuing to button this up, make it look pretty. Hopefully, if we do have some fuel, we can get past the smoke show that should happen from that. And that's where we'll leave you for now with future projects, potentially more videos. A Rottweiler who's, I think, feeling a little too warm in the house here right now, so that's why he's probably getting as close to that crack in the door as he can get. Hi, little man. Do you want a belly rub? Do you want a belly rub? Yeah. What you doing, Mr. Bubs? You want to go outside? You want to go outside, go pee? Yeah? Okay. And we'll pick up back later. Doing this one-handed here. Mr. Bubba's gonna fight us. All right, Mr. Bubs, ready to run off outside for YouTube. Go have fun, sir. Gandhi. All right, we'll be back later.